Okay, so the Sereko sunscreen, right? I got this in the Nika hot pink sale, pink summer sale. I'm really getting confused at this point of time, but I got it in a Nika sale. And this is an entirely new generation chemical sunscreen and it has no old generation chemical filters. So here is everything that the brand has to say about this product. They say it is a water light cream gel. It gives 24-hour hydration, no white cast, layers smoothly under makeup. And I'll tell you all of my experiences on this, by the way. It reduces premature aging and pigmentation. India's first psychodermatology brand. So I'll tell you a little bit about that as well. So they say this gives an SPF of 50, PA++++. That's 4 pluses. It says it gives blue light protection, it gives a dewy finish, it's fragrance free and it's cruelty free. So the brand does have a lot of claims. So the sunscreen is certified. I'm attaching a certification shot. They also say that this is water resistant. Of course, I will test that as well and I'll attach that. Okay, so it does hold shape very well, submerged at 1150 and it's holding shape in the water, not breaking apart. Half an hour later, you can see I'm tapping at it. Still impressive for something that is water resistant and not waterproof. 1 hour later and it's still holding shape even though I'm tapping away at it. For this consistency, I would say its water resistance is impressive. Also, regarding sweat resistancy, I don't think it has a claim of sweat resistancy, but I will show you what this looks like when I sweat. This is literally how I walk to gym with an umbrella. I've been sweating like mad. This is me in the locker room and I've slowed this down. I'm honestly very impressed with its sweat resistancy. Also, they say that this is for all skin types. So let's go ahead and get into the ingredient list of this product. So first UV filter is bisethyl hexyl oxyphenol methoxyphenyl triazine Tinosorb S, which is basically a UVA and a UVB filter, new generation chemical filter. And then we're also seeing methylene bisbenzotriazolyl tetramethyl butyl phenol, which is basically Tinosorb M. It is a UVA and a UVB filter, again, new generation chemical filter. And then a little lower, we're seeing diethylamino hydroxybenzyl hexyl benzoate, which is basically Juvenal A+. So that is a UVA filter. Again, all of these are new generation chemical filters, highly photostable as well. They're technically, just these filters alone are considered pregnancy safe, safe for children. So if you do have any confusion between old gen and new gen chemical filters, then I did make a video on that you can check. I'll link it in the description. So this product has a lot of anti-inflammatory ingredients. We're seeing Centella asiatica, aloe extract, allantoin, sodium hyaluronate, which is hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, algae extract, which can be slightly comedogenic for some people. We're seeing basil oil, which is a mild antioxidant, but basil oil can potentially sensitize skin. It can be slightly irritating as well. I'll share with you my experience on this, but it is just something you should be aware of. Looking at the comedogenic ingredients, honestly, there are very few. There's C1215 alkyl benzoate, which is present in literally all products. So if, depending on how it's formulated, ideally this should not be a problem. We have vitamin E as well, which in high quantities, even for me, causes tiny little comedone kind of stuff, but unlikely if it's formulated well. Again, basil oil, as I said, and lecithin. So these are potentially comedogenic ingredients. Still, however, it is unlikely that you'll face any sort of irritation or breakouts from this. So overall, very few comedogenic ingredients. I mean, there are a few, but they're still very low on the comedogenic scale. However, I've had experiences with other sunscreens where there were literally no comedogenic ingredients in the list and I still broke out. So again, comedogenicity doesn't depend on just the possibly comedogenic ingredients. The quality of ingredients so much goes into potential irritation and breakouts. Also, there is a slight essential oil smell to this that I felt that does seem to be coming from the basil oil. It's there. Okay, so the psychodermatology, I'll run it through really quick, but in detail as well. So what is psychodermatology? It's basically a science which studies the effect of your mind, its stress levels on your skin. Okay, it's an actual science and people are implementing it in skincare. So one aspect of psychodermatology is how stress impacts your skin, right? So you know that when you're stressed, your quality of skin goes for a toss, your cortisol levels rise, and that definitely impacts your skin as well to some extent. So that's basically what it does. So now they have wild indigo over here. What does wild indigo do? So when your skin is stressed, it releases your skin cells also produce some amount of cortisol. Wild indigo basically stimulates your skin. It helps to release endorphins, feel good endorphins, which bring down the cortisol level. That's it. That's how this works. Okay. There's some science that it stimulates endorphins and causes a decrease in the level of cortisol in stressed skin. Now, from what I've seen and what I've read, I would not purchase a sunscreen just for this. But if I liked the sunscreen and I liked its ingredients and how it felt on my skin and everything else, then this is definitely an add-on. But would I purchase a sunscreen just for this? No, this is just an add-on in my opinion. Why not? So yeah. So let me go ahead and show you the consistency of this. As you can see, the packaging is just very simple. It's a twisty tube. So yeah. So it is not very thick, not incredibly lightweight in my opinion. It's very easy to spread, spreads nicely, absorbs fairly quickly as well. It's kind of watery. It's like a slightly thickened version of the Dr. Shade Sensitive Sunscreen. Still a little less thick compared to Beauty of Joseon's Probiotic Sun Relief sunscreen. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to half of my face. It's fairly easy to spread. It does take a tiny bit of time to absorb, like for a chemical sunscreen, but that's okay. It's not like problematic in my opinion. So we're just gonna let this sink in. You can see it's absorbing. It feels relatively lightweight on the skin. So a lot of people love Korean sunscreens, even though they are not very water resistant or sweat resistant. The consistency is something that a lot of people are loving. The fact that they don't give a white cast because they are chemical sunscreens, and it's unlikely or way more easier to formulate chemical sunscreens which don't leave a cast, by the way. But yeah, Indian brands are mimicking those very well. This is very similar to any almost high-end Korean sunscreen, the consistency. So I do have some serums and moisturizers on, so it might quickly absorb for you compared to me, but still you can see that it's absorbing. So I'm going to go ahead and apply it on the other side of my face as well. It's hardly been about a minute and a half. So this is what it looks like immediately upon application. Your face kind of has like a wet look. This is not patchy at all. It's easy to blend in. I'll do a reapplication as well, and then we'll talk a little more. So this completely absorbed in. I'm going to do a reapplication and I'll tell you my thoughts on this one. I'm just literally reapplying in 15 minutes, but I've reapplied this before as well, and it is a little bit difficult compared to the first application when you're trying to reapply it, okay? Like it doesn't glide as smooth as the first time. Still not a problem, and at least it's not like patchy, see? I used a plum sunscreen that some of you all wanted me to try, and I wanted to try that as well. yeah. Patchy is one thing, but patchy on the first application. Okay, so here are my thoughts on this one. Number one, when it comes to pilling, I have faced zero pilling with this one. I see why they say that this is great under makeup because it doesn't pill at all. It has never pilled for me under makeup. So this is one of those that I would trust to use under makeup and stuff so I don't look weird. But if you have any different experiences, please comment down below. Always check all of the comments before you purchase anything that I like or I don't like, because people will always share their experiences and they might like or not like or have completely different experiences. Always check the comments. Okay, so yeah, this never pilled. Secondly, did not sting my eyes. If it gets into your eyes, it's going to sting your eyes, but I can go pretty close to my eyes and I've not felt stinging, which is surprising because I thought like with the smell of it, with the whole essential oil thing going on, I felt like it would sting my eyes. Again, the essential oil smell is not like crazy. It's not like very heavy. It's just subtly there. Okay, next. Also, it doesn't make me sweat immediately on applying. So you can see that. You can literally see. Like the fan is off and there's literally no circulation of air whatsoever. I'm trapped in literally glass in Mumbai in this humidity. It's not making me sweat anymore. As for how moisturizing it is, here is what I found a little... Okay, so it is moisturizing. I would definitely think that normal combination dry skin people will like it. If you're somebody with oily skin, you can definitely look at this in the winters. However, one thing I've experienced with the sunscreen is its finish is slightly dewy. It is on the skin-like to dewy side. It does give a little bit of shine, but it doesn't look grease ball like some other sunscreens do. However, my skin starts to feel a little bit dry towards the evening, despite this supposedly being so moisturizing. It is moisturizing, but it surprises me how my skin feels a tiny bit dry towards the evening. So that's one thing. And as for the finish, I don't know how oily skin people will like a dewy finish. If you're okay, see, some oily skin people like that, some people want a matte finish, so it's your choice. So most of my lifestyle is indoors, so this is where I rely heavily on my audience, on you all, and we're talking about thousands of people who probably might have used this, and we're looking at thousands of people, of which I'm sure some of you might have used this during vacations or stuff. So if you have, please share your experience. In my experience with this one in particular, I've been using this to walk to my gym, which is like about 7 to 10 minute walk in the hot sun, and I have never experienced any darkening with this whatsoever. So I am pretty happy about that. But if you have a different experience, please share that in the comments below. Overall, as for reactions, I've had no reactions with this one. Okay, I've not faced any comedones, any breakouts, any irritation, nothing. I like that. I'm happy about that. Do you need to double cleanse with this? Well, technically the brand claims this is water resistant, and I would always strongly suggest that you do. But even if they're slightly water resistant, I highly suggest that you double cleanse. Even if it's just with micellar water, please do double cleanse. Overall, this is a sunscreen which I would repurchase if I was not an influencer and if I did not have to test new products out all the damn time. Also, this is priced at 599 rupees for 50 ml of product. So that comes up to about 12 rupees a gram. So you'll find this like on a good sale on Nykaa sometimes in the hot pink summer sales and stuff. Nothing crazy, but like still like at a 25-30% discount kind of stuff. So if you like this, then maybe that's when you want to stock up. Also, this is a vegan product if you're particular about vegan products. So that's it. That's been my experience. If you like this video, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And you can also follow me on Instagram @. And until we meet next time, lots of love. Stay healthy, stay hydrated.